Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the JuiceFS distributed file system. First of all, we will see the concept of JuiceFS. It's an open source. It is an high performance distributed system. It's designed for the cloud release under the Apache License 2.0. It has the full POSIX capability, which allows almost all kind of object storage to be used as massive local disk to be mounted, and it is accessible on different hosts across platforms and regions. Now we will discuss the important features of JuiceFS. First of all, it is POSIX compatible. JuiceFS can be used like a local file system, which makes it easy to have integration with the existing applications. HDFS compatibility is its next feature. It is fully compatible with the HDFS API, which enhances its metadata performance. It's S3 compatible. JuiceFS provides S3 gateway to implement an S3 compatible access interface. Cloud native. It is easy to use JuiceFS in Kubernetes via CSI driver. Considering it as a distributed file system, each file system can be mounted on thousands of servers at the same time with high performance concurrent reads and writes and shared data. JuiceFS provides strong consistency. Any modifications, if you consider it for the files, they are immediately visible on all servers. JuiceFS supports outstanding performance. It achieves millisecond level latency and nearly unlimited throughput depending on the object storage scale. Considering the data security, JuiceFS supports encryption in transit and encryption at rest. JuiceFS supports the BSD lock considering flock and POSIX lock considering FCNTL. The data compression of the JuiceFS supports LZ4 and Z standard compression algorithms to save the storage space. Now we will discuss about the JuiceFS architecture. It is having three important components. First one is the client, second metadata engine, and third cloud data storage. Here the client is having various apps which are executing on different operating systems like Linux, Windows, Mac OS. It is consisting again the Hadoop as well as Kubernetes and web apps with the various Java SDK APIs, CSI drivers for the Kubernetes, and S3 gateways for the web apps. Then for the metadata engine, it is considering Redis, TQ, MariaDB, PostgreSQL. Likewise, for the data storage, it is considering the S3, GCS, Azure Blob, OSS, COS, Ceph, Minio. Likewise. Now we will discuss in detail this important component, which are nothing but metadata engine, data storage, client. First of all, we will start our discussion with the data storage as the first component of the JuiceFS architecture. JuiceFS follows the trend of cloud native era by using object storage. First of all, we will discuss the advantages of object storage. Its out of box usability. It provides the elastic capacity. It gives the simplified operations and maintenance. It provides support for eraser coding, which results in the lower storage cost when compared to replicas. Now, there are few pitfalls of object storage, which are object immutability, poor metadata performance, absence of strong consistency, and limited random read performance. For getting rid of all these issues or pitfalls, JuiceFS adopts the following strategies in its architectural design. First of all, it will make sure it uses an independent metadata engine. Then it will consider the three-layer data architecture, which consists of chunks, slices, and blocks. And lastly, it will make sure it considers multi-level caching. Now we will discuss the second important component of the JuiceFS architecture, which is metadata engine. As we have seen earlier, JuiceFS supports different open source databases as its underlying storage for metadata. For this, JuiceFS supports distributed KV stores, Redis, relational databases, as well as other storage engines. Considering this design, it has multiple benefits. First, it allows the user to choose the most appropriate solution for their specific use cases, which will help in aligning the goal of JuiceFS for being the versatile file system. Then, the open source database will offer fully managed services in public clouds, resulting in almost zero operational cost for users. For these all design requirements, JuiceFS considers strictly transactionality. Along with it has a demand for global storage consistency across shreds. Considering all these requirements satisfied, JuiceFS can store up to 20 billion files in a single file system, and it meets the storage needs of enterprises with massive data. The last important component of the JuiceFS architecture is client. JuiceFS client supports multiple standard access methods like POSIX, HDFS, S3, WebDAV, Kubernetes, CSI. The benefits offered by JuiceFS clients considers caching acceleration capabilities, which are highly valuable for storage separation scenarios in cloud native architectures. For all the discussion about concept of JuiceFS along with its important features and discussing its architecture in detail, I have considered this as the references. Thank you all.